Hello guys, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Papito here. In this video I'm going to talk about a new jurisdiction. Actually, it's not really a new jurisdiction. We already talked about this country already in our channel. And if you're new in this channel, ESENtaxa talks about how to optimize your taxes, how to squeeze your taxes down to zero in certain cases in each jurisdiction you want to relocate to. We are the #1 channel on Italian tax system. We are expert on teaching and consult people on how to move to this country and reduce their tax burden, how minimize their tax burden as much as possible, but we also cover other jurisdictions such as Belgium, Albania, Portugal, and the Republic of San Marino. So this is the jurisdiction I was referring to. So the Republic of San Marino, if you don't know this country, it's a very small country. Maybe it's the third smallest country in the world, and it's basically surrounded by the Italian territory. I will put in the description below this video the link in which I geographically talk about San Marino, how it works, the country in general. But here in this video, I want to focus on the corporate tax on this country. So what's the benefit of incorporating a company or investing some money in some existing company in this country? Okay, so let's go straight to the point. San Marino has this great benefit. Normally smaller countries have benefits in order to attract people from abroad, because basically because of their restricted territory they cannot have such a differentiated industry, differentiated services, so they try to attract people from abroad. For San Marino specifically, it's very advantageous to open up a company since the corporate tax it's only at 17%, and this is the general cases. But if you open up the company for the first 4 years, this corporate tax is dropped to 8.5%. So this is the corporate tax when you are a startup. This is for any kind of activity that you're wishing to run in this country. And the most interesting part is that if you become a tax resident of the Republic of San Marino, the dividends are only taxed at 5%. Okay, so dividends are taxed at 5% and corporate tax only at 8.5% the first years when you're in a startup activity, and then it becomes 17%. But a lot of people are not aware of that there are certain kind of categories. If you run an activity which is considered like an innovative or technological advanced activity, so if you want to either invest or incorporate a startup as an innovative startup, categorized as innovative startup for the San Marino tax authorities, you might also have the corporate tax spared down to 0%. It works in this way. If you have an idea, if you have a project in your mind and this project is categorized as advanced technologies, or let's say, I would just want to give you an example. If you think to invest in the blockchain technology, or a technology which is supported by the blockchain infrastructure, whatever project it's about, you can basically ask to the San Marino tax authority and see if they accept your project, if they consider your project an innovative solution, and a solution from which San Marino itself can benefit from, or simply if they consider your idea good for apply for this specific tax rate. Okay, so basically you have to end up in a category called technology, tech, advanced, startup of the first level. So basically, if you apply for this tax regime, you will have the corporate tax at 0% for the first 3 years. As I said, the San Marino tax authority, they have to approve your project. You have to provide a financial project, you have to provide the description of your project, and then your project can be approved or not. Okay, of course, if it's not approved, you can open up a company with this tax rate. If you want to know more about the procedure of application, how to run a business in San Marino and try to apply for this specific tax regime, you can contact us in the description below the video. You will have our email contact info@esentaxa.com, or if you just want to have some answers to a certain number of questions, we can also give you a 15 minutes consultation, or a 1 hour consultation, or even more, a deep consultation with tax simulation. This is something that we always do with every jurisdiction. And we help a lot of our clients with this tax simulation service. Now, so if you manage to benefit from this tech advanced company, because you're going to incorporate that company after having received the positive answer from the San Marino tax authority, so basically you will receive a license to operate with this tax regime, for 3 years, you will pay 0% as corporate tax. Now, after 3 years, you become a tech advanced startup of the second level. And here is when the first 3 years are expired, and then your corporate tax grows to 4%, okay? And you can stay in this regime for 4 years. After 4 years, so you already passed 7 years of activity, you can pass as ordinary tech advanced company, which will be taxed at 8% for other 5 years. So basically, you will have 12 years of time to benefit from this tax, corporate tax reduction. So, and only after 12 years of activity with your specific business activity on this innovative project, then you will pay 17% corporate tax, only after 12 years of activity, okay? So once the 5 years of activity expires, you will pay 70% of corporate tax. Keep in mind that the dividends remains 5% if you become San Marino tax resident. Of course, if you want to know more how to become San Marino tax resident, let us know. You can contact us and we can explain exactly how to become resident of this country or become tax resident in this country without being registered in the commune of residence specifically, okay? One of the most important points here is that if you are an investor, so if you don't want to open a company there, but you just want to invest some money in some project, in some company in this republic, in the Republic of San Marino, you can basically purchase shares of an existing startup company which has all these tax advantages, but then purchasing the shares means that after 10, 5, 12 years, you want to see this project growing and basically be successful. And if this happens, your share will have a huge value. They will worth more. And then you have a capital gains, because at a certain point you want to sell those shares. And the good things of San Marino jurisdiction is that you can basically sell your shares, the capital gains on your shares, tax-free. So you don't pay any taxes, so the capital gains on company shares are tax-free. So in case you're an investor, you purchase a share of a company, and this is generally, this is also for the ordinary company, this works in any cases. You purchase the share of the company, you sell them after some years, the company had some success, the shares worth more, and the capital gains is tax-free. Keep in mind that if the capital gains is tax-free, of course, and you're not resident in San Marino, you have to take into account how the capital gains is taxed in your tax resident, as well as the dividends. If you're not San Marino tax resident, you won't benefit of 5% flat tax, because it depends in the country of your residence, of tax residence, okay? So if your country of your tax residence as well doesn't tax any dividends, it's fine. We have to see the agreement between the San Marino Republic with your country. This is just to give you a glimpse of how it works, the corporate tax in this country. It's very, very simple. This is the situation. Of course, there are other kind of taxation for other type of incomes, for when you are a freelancer, when you are self-employed, when you are an employee, and other things to talk about. So if we see that you are interested in this country, we release more and more content, and we are happy to help you and release more content like this one and give you for free these informations. And in case you want to deep dive in this jurisdiction, you want to relocate in this jurisdiction or exploit this jurisdiction for your investments, let us know. All the details in the description below this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, notification bell, like button to be always updated whenever we release a new content. See you and bye bye.